My question for
costumes. Look, it's the 2 by 2 handsome blue people.
My question for you is, what do you do to maintain your inner peace?
I meditate. I do transcendental meditation, and I've been doing it for a while. It's 20 minutes every day, twice a day. And it's basically like having the world's best nap. It feels like a 4-hour nap, but only 20 minutes go by, and it's very centering, just calms your heartbeat down, all kinds of things, blood pressure, and that's the best. So I think that's helped me a lot. I mean, it's a weirdly nerve-wracking business. You never know what's going to happen. You're constantly trying to prove yourself. And it can get really stressful. Plus the hours are super long, and a lot of the work is difficult. So yeah, I find that very grounding.
Do you pay attention to like the chakras and crystals and stuff like that?
I don't. My mom does though. My mom is super into that and could talk your ear off about that. But yeah, I find TM really helps me. And Sean does TM as well, actually. So we're like the two weirdos in the green room at a convention meditating.
One more question. Sorry. Who on the show Firefly is most like their character?
I would have to say, I think Alan's a lot like Wash.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think they probably have the most similarities. And I would say the least like their character would probably maybe Morena. Just because Morena's kind of a tomboy. Morena never wears makeup. She doesn't like getting all fancy. So to see her, walking around the set and all that stuff is just kind of funny because she's just so not that. And I like getting all fancy. So we were like both be jealous of each other's outfits.
That's all.
Thank you.
Hi. I just want to say I've idolized you since I was like 10 and you were Catalina. But
That's when I was 10 too, right? Yeah.
I was wondering, because they were both starship mechanics, if when you started out as Haley, you were kind of channeling Catalina a little, and what's the difference between those two characters and one in like the more mature roles, I guess?
When I got the job for Firefly, it never even occurred to me that I'd already played a spaceship mechanic. Like, did not occur to me. And then I saw Peter David, who was one of the creators of Space Cases, and he pointed it out. And he was like, I was the first one to cast you as a mechanic. And I was like, oh yeah. But Catalina was fun. She was crazy. She was like just a know-it-all, super all about herself. And I was a 12-year-old kid, so I had a blast. I had a blast on that show. Nothing but good memories from that one.
Do you think Catalina had any actual talent as a mechanic, or was she just cheating off the Susie the whole time?
Oh no. Well, Catalina would say it was all her.
Thank you.
So, I never watched Firefly. However,
You never watched Firefly?
I never watched Firefly.
Okay, be nice, everybody.
However, I love Stargate and Stargate Atlantis, and I was wondering if if Atlantis were to continue or if it ended differently, how would you have wanted it to? What would you have wanted to happen, or how you would have changed the ending?
Well, I liked the idea of Keller and McKay finally getting together. I get that question a lot of if I thought it was the right move, pairing Keller and McKay instead of Keller and Ronan, and I very much do, because Keller is an intellectual, and so is McKay, and they have a bond over that. And I think they were both kind of loners and a little bit nerdy growing up, super intelligent, and bonded over that in each other. Also, it's great because she kind of mellows him out a little bit, which I liked. So I was sad that they just got that going and then the show came to an end. It just felt very abrupt to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
So how was it learning speaking Chinese, and how did the Firefly music affect you?
And what was the last part?
How did the Firefly music affect you, and also learning speaking Chinese?
The Chinese was insanely difficult. I know for a fact I didn't say anything right. I know that. And I just gave up along the way. Nathan still remembers a lot of his Chinese. Like, he was super good at it. And he like pride himself on it, and he still kind of like spouts a lot of it out. And we're like, okay, no, we get it. You're good at speaking Chinese. And then the music on the show. I mean, the weird thing for us is when you're on set, you have no idea what they're going to use for music. And to me, I think music can make or break a show, make or break a moment. And we got lucky. We got really lucky. The music that we had was gorgeous. What's
I
that?
was talking about the intro music.
The engine room?
The intro
Like the engine room noises?
No, the intro music.
The intro music. Or like the theme song?
Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of what I thought of it?
Yes.
I thought it was beautiful. That song kills me. That song makes me sad. A little bit. The whole thing is bittersweet, you know. It's very hard for us because I think it's also weird because we still see each other a lot as a cast. We get to spend a lot of time together. So for us, it doesn't really feel like something has ended as passionately as it does for you guys. But then we come to these things and there's just this heartbreak associated with the show. And I find myself feeling a lot of empathy towards that. And it makes me a little bit sad also. I'm sad for you that you couldn't see more of it. And I know you all wanted that, so.
Hi. So, first of all, I just need to say that Firefly as a whole, and specifically the female characters, and especially Kaylee, because I relate really strongly to Kaylee, have been instrumental in kind of shaping who I am and defining my feminism. And my question is, was that a big part of the show for you? Like, did you read the episodes and think, oh man, like this is such a feminist character? Or were you just like, oh, like this is how people act? Because I know that it's how Joss writes his female characters, and I really appreciate that. And I'm just wondering what that was like for you guys to play these amazing, strong, complicated women.
I mean, for me, it's a tough question. For me, I'm just drawn to interesting characters. They're not all strong, you know, capable women either. Some of them they have a lot going on. They got a lot of issues. And those are fun to play too. I know how lucky I am to have played a character written by Joss. And, you know, people say those characters inspired me, or I feel this way about myself because of Kaylee, and I wish I could take credit for that, but I can't. That's him. He wrote it. I just got lucky. I got lucky to be at the right place at the right time and got handed a beautiful role to play. But everything is him. It's all him. It's all from that crazy, beautiful brain of his.
Thank you.
I don't mean to ignore you over here.
Hi. I was just wondering if you're a big prankster on your sets, and if you have a favorite story from Firefly or any of the shows that you've...
I'm not a huge prankster, I think, because I've been in the business for almost 30 years, and when I was working on sets when I was a little kid, I didn't want to get into trouble. So I think that's sort of ingrained in me. Like, Nathan was our biggest prankster, and he loves it. So anytime he can pull a prank, he's all about that. And I'd be like, but we're gonna get in trouble. And he's like, no, we won't, watch.
Do you have a favorite story then of Nathan?
I mean, he was always doing something. He was always trying to make you laugh. He was like pulling faces in every close-up. But the funny thing about Nathan is, if the jokes turned around on him, he's not laughing. You know what I mean? Like, he needs to be the winner at all times. So we all kind of know that. We're like, all right, just let him have the win. I remember somebody put a potato in the exhaust pipe of his car, And he was so mad. He was so mad. He was so mad that no one ever fessed up to it. And like, to this day, I have no idea who did it. None of us know, and no one will ever fess up. I don't think it would be Alan. I think it would be someone like super quiet, like Ron or something. Like just off on the sidelines plotting.
So this is actually a really great segue. I was going to ask you, I watched So Weird, and that show you were on with Ben, I don't remember.
Flash forward.
Yeah. And so when I saw you on Firefly, I immediately was like, oh my god, it's that one girl, and I really like her. How did it feel kind of growing up in front of this large audience of people?
You know, to me, I think maybe because I started so young, it's always just been a job to me. I mean, it's a weird job. It's odd. But it's just a job. And any actors who, like, I just can't stand actors that are like, my craft, and they like go on about, you know, their motivation. It's like, you know what, bud? Like, somebody else wrote it. You just have to say the words on the page. Like, show up on time, stand on your mark, be nice to the crew, do what you're told. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. And trust me, a lot of actors make it look harder than it is. It's really not. There's all kinds of tricks, like crying on cue. I can do that right now. Like, you want me to cry? That's horrible. Oh, that's awful. I'm gonna cry? I think the weirdest thing for me is that I didn't really go to high school. I did all of my schooling on set with a tutor. I did 1 year of high school in a regular school, but that was it. So that's odd to not have those kinds of memories, although I hear high school was the shits for most people, so maybe I dodged a bullet there, I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, not much to miss there. But yeah, that was the only odd part for me. No prom, none of that stuff. Yeah.
Really?
No.
Don't worry about it.
No. Thank you, it makes me feel better.
Hi.
Hi.
So, if, or I should say when, we eventually get a Firefly...
Sorry, say
reunion,
again?
If we get a Firefly reunion, when we got one, what would you like to see happen in Kaylee's life?
Babies. Yeah, Sean and I both wanted Simon and Kaylee to have babies. Yeah. Like anytime we're on a panel together and we're asked that, we're like, oh my god, a baby, oh, so cute, oh my god. Like, we get way too excited about it. But I think it would have raised the stakes a little bit, you know? And that's what I wanted. Although I know Gina wanted to have a baby too, and I think she won in the comics. I mean, she gets one before I do. But at least there's a baby. And I think, you know, kind of raises the stakes a little bit.
We can't have Mommy Kaylee, at least we can have Auntie Kaylee, right?
What's that?
I said if we can't have Mommy Kaylee, at least we can have Auntie Kaylee, right?
That's true. Not as good, but true.
So I absolutely adored that pink dress. I have absolutely no doubt that it was a nightmare, but that was my favorite episode. Now, Kaylee was always jealous of all of Enora's outfits. So did you have a specific favorite that you wanted to wear?
I loved all of them. I loved that gold dress that she wore in Shindig. She always looked so beautiful. I loved her like kimonos. I loved the casual stuff that she would wear in the shuttle, and you know, when she was just kind of having her downtime. She always looked so beautiful and glamorous. Everything.
Hi, I guess I'm on. I had two questions. One of them is like really serious. Also, if there's any bad guys in the room, I have to cut your head off. Nothing personal, I just hate evil. My bad. Axe cop, always. Anyways, I was gonna ask, how do you feel Kaylee changed from the beginning of Firefly to End of Serenity? And then also the point of your question, not to make you speak Mandarin, but what's some of your favorite Mandarin curses on Firefly that you got to
My favorite
say?
curses? What was the one about the elephant dung? That one was good. I can't remember it though. They were really elaborate. Like super elaborate. How did she change? I think everybody changed so much. Serenity to me is such a darker movie than the show ever was. I really loved when she was able to be a bit courageous. I liked seeing Kaylee step up to the plate a little bit. Plus, I was just so jealous of everybody else getting to do their cool fight scenes. That's really what it's all about.
Always.
Yeah, she seemed to gain a little bit more courage as time went on, which I loved a lot.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. I watched
Firefly?
Yeah.
Wild guess.
But I'm not gonna ask a question about it.
Okay, that's totally fair.
My question is, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
That's a great question. You know, nobody ever asked anything about me. What was Kaylee's this? What was Kaylee's that? Kaylee. I'm a human being. My favorite movie, besides The Little Mermaid? What movies do I love? There's a scary one that you probably can't watch yet, called The Orphanage. It's a beautiful movie. Hardly anybody's ever heard of it. It's Guillermo del Toro. It's Spanish subtitles, but it's such a beautiful movie. It can scare you, but it also really breaks your heart. It's really well written. I love comedies a lot. Those always make me laugh. And I'm a big Disney fan. I'm a Disney nerd. I've seen a lot of Disney movies, and I love them. They make me happy. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Ghostbusters.
That's pretty good. Another one of my favorite movies I just saw recently again, I have to say, is Hook. You guys seen Hook? I love that movie.
Hi. A lot of my questions were already asked. So, what's your favorite convention?
My favorite
Convention that you've been to? Yeah.
I've been to a lot, I've been to a lot over the years. It kind of depends on which country. New York Comicon is a madhouse and super fun. If you've never been to that one, it's really fun. 4 minutes or 4 questions? Damn, I tried to trick him. Did you see that? I love DragonCon. You guys been to DragonCon? It's this crazy convention in Atlanta. It's super fun. No, it's the same time as and I love the Oz Comic Cons in Australia. They're great. They're a lot of fun. Yes, sir.
I actually feel like my question is so stupid, but I was looking for any excuse to come up and ask you.
You're allowed to ask a stupid question.
Okay. Yeah, this is really cool. I'll have you sign that later. But anyway, my question is that Nathan has been on Big Bang Theory, and Summer was on Big Bang Theory. If you were asked to be on Big Bang Theory, who would you most want to share a scene with?
Oh, Sheldon. He's the best. He's the best. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm going to talk fast. Whoa.
Hi, Joel. Quick question. What was it like to work with Nathan and with Alan together?
I mean, they're kind of like brothers, Nathan and Alan. Alan laughs at everything Nathan does. And that's the way to Nathan's heart. So the two of them are like big brothers to me. I adore them, but they're very funny, and they're always up for a laugh. And they're the type of actors that I love. They never take themselves too seriously. Because really, all we're doing is it's make believe. That's what it is. We're getting paid to play make-believe. It's the best job in the world. So yeah, they're lovely and super great. Who knows, maybe I'll work with them again, I don't know. Hey, I think this is the last question. I'm sorry. I would answer all of your questions, I really would. But they want me off the stage, I think, soon.
First off, thank you so much for answering all these questions. Everybody here appreciates it so much. My question was, with such a rabid fandom that surrounds all of the work that you do, how do you live with your celebrity? And if you have any interesting stories regarding that.
Let me tell you something. I am just like you. I empty the dishwasher. I do my laundry. I love to cook. I'm a regular person in most ways. I just have this really odd job. And it's funny when people get nervous when they meet me. Like I get approached, my regular life, grocery store, walking down the street, and people are like, oh, they're just like, and I get it. I mean, when I meet actors from television shows I love, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. Loris is here. Pretty big deal, just met him in the green room, super nice. So I get it, I understand that and especially when you see them in the street and you're not expecting to see them, it's kind of a shock, sort of shocks you. But really, I'm just totally normal. I mean, I'm a weirdo, but like I'm relatively a normal person, with just a job I was lucky enough to get.
Thank you so much for handling that in a way that is such a great role model for everyone.
Thank you. I am who I am, and I think we all are. And as I've gotten older, I've just sort of embraced that. Just been like, well, I don't need to be liked by everybody. You know what I mean? It's just much easier being authentic.